Welcome back, Blade fans. We're taking a trip to Italy today. I bet you didn't know that when you pulled up this video. Yeah. We're going to take a look at a Lionsteel knife. Now, I think I've had one or two Lionsteels in the distant past, but not so much recently. And right up, I'll tell you that this is the exotic named TM1 MS for micarta scales, because it does come, I think, in carbon fiber. A beautiful knife, and I have to compliment the makers out of Moletta and some of the other towns in Italy that are well known for making really fine cutlery. Of course, there's Fox, there's Lionsteel, and there's even a few others that at the moment I can't recall the name of. Some interesting stuff going on with the way they produce both fixed blades and folders. Really nice workmanship. And it's different from knives coming out of China, the US, and maybe Japan, some other countries that are known for making knives. First of all, look at the wood grain in this micarta. It's a black and gray micarta, so obviously some multiple layers that get patterned out because of the contouring in the handle. It's a knife I haven't heard much about until I did see it on White Mountain Knives. It is a lockback, as you can see. I don't get into too many lockbacks, except maybe a handful of cold steels, of course. This has a disc, call it a disc. It's kind of a pentagon shaped flat opener. And yes, we're going to open it up, and oh, it is so smooth. There is just enough tension on there from that back spring. And there you have it, kind of a clipped point drop point with a high grind, significant belly. It's in Sleipner steel, I believe. Yep. There's the logo right there. Thick blade stock, and we're going to measure that up in a moment. And, it may put you off because you might feel that we don't have a fine enough or sharp enough edge, but believe me, they do a great job with this grind. It is a flat ground knife, near as I can tell. I'm not sensing any hollow in there. Great in the hand. I think it's right sized. Might look a little small on the video here, but it's a full-sized handle with maybe half an inch left over. They give you a little glass breaker on the end, kind of on the small side, which is really all you need. It's got the carbide center. It is, I don't believe it's completely removable because it's used to switch the clip over from the right side carry to the left side just by swiveling it over. It doesn't attach to the side of the handle as you have with other knives. So yeah, I mean, when you turn it on the spine like that, definitely the first thing that impresses you is how thick that steel is. Beautifully ground. We got a longitudinal satin grind right on the spine. We've got horizontal satin finish up and down the entire blade, including the flat and the grind. And just very confidence inspiring in the hand. And look at the way that the lockback, the spring was handled. It doesn't go all the way back here. And it does rock right there. So it's kind of that short front locking system. But I believe this knife is on bearings. Yes, pretty sure it's on bearings, which you don't often see, but it's under tension. But this is so smooth. I mean, if you could feel, it certainly is not going to shake out. No way is it going to shake out. But as soon as you touch it, I mean, it's just the right amount of tension. I mean, the beautiful, beautiful job, maybe like a Swiss watch, for lack of a better hackneyed term. Um, but that is easy to unlock with one hand. I mean, it's almost fidgety for a lockback. If there could be a fidgety lockback, this might be it. Really, really nice. Now the clip is mounted. It's a short clip. It's deep carry. Lionsteel's noted for these on some of their SR series. It's tipped up pretty good there, but what I'm finding is it doesn't seem to bite in the right hand. Not really. I mean, yeah, I can feel it a little bit, but it's not like it's digging into my palm or anything. So what we're going to do is hit you up with some measurements. Overall length of this knife is 8 inches if we don't count the glass breaker. It is like 3.45, shall we say, blade length with a cutting edge of like 3.3. Trying to be exact. I know that's unnerving for some of you. Just call it this, call it 3.5, whatever. Yeah, but I don't want to shortchange some of you guys. 4.4 millimeter blade stock. And it's got that TM there. Okay. I might be missing Lionsteel TM. I don't know if that's a designer's trademark or something else that I'm missing. You can tell me if you know. In inches, that's 0.17 inches. And the handle, 0.64, got a bit of a swell to it. So you go from a 0.57 out to a 0.67. So there's definitely some contouring there. If we get to the weight, we have what? 5.2. So not exactly light, but it's a beefy knife. It's got a lot of blade stock to it. My Lord. Okay. I can't get over the action on this knife. Just so easy. I mean, if you could feel this. And, you know, if you don't hold it this way and you hold it this way, there's really little danger that that's going to fall on your fingers. But there is some possibility. We got a sharpening choil. I'm going to call it a sharpening choil and not a finger choil. I mean, I suppose you could get your finger in there like that. But yeah, we're going to call it a sharpening choil. Again, I can't get over the beauty of that micarta. It's just a beautiful knife. And one thing we don't see on this one that we normally see on a lot of other Italian knives is it's not a crown spine. It is completely flat. How about a compare? Here's another very favorite knife by Viper, also made in Italy. Viper lockbacks, if you have not experienced them, are also something to behold. There you see a crowned spring and a crowned backspacer and a crowned blade spine, all the way out to the crowned swedge. They round everything off on this knife. And again, we've got that beautiful kind of gray-black micarta. A lot different. I mean, more gray than black, right? And this one is called the Hunter. Let's see. What is it called? What is it called? It's called the Start Hunter, the Viper Start Hunter. It's a 4-inch blade on this guy. And just also set up really, really well with the way that this is a little more tension here on this one. And you can roll them out. Can you flick them out? I think you can with a little wrist, and you can flick it out. Same thing with this guy, is but so much easier on that spring. Oh, can we do it? Yeah, we can do it. If you got to do that, do it. Otherwise, you can just roll it out very, very easily. But you can see the difference in the size here on these two knives. I mean, good Lord, that's like 2.5 inches longer overall, with about half to 3/4 inch longer blade. So I did say it's a 4-inch, and this is slightly sub 3.5 inch. Look at the handle. So you can hold this guy way back here if you had to. A lot more to hang on to. That is the Start Hunter by Viper. And here we have another Viper knife. This is a fixed blade, and I believe it's called the Lille, Lille 2. It is the Lille 2. It's an LMAX steel. What was this one in? This is, I think, N690. I'm pretty sure this is N690. I don't think it's 14C. Pretty sure. You can check my review on that one. It has definitely been up there for a while. But look at this little guy. God, almost reminds me of kind of a Voxnaze design. It might be. Viper 2. Yeah, look at that. It is a Voxnaze design. And plenty to hold on to here. You got a jimped finger choil. You can hold it back here. You can hold it up here. And again, look at this. Crowned all the way around. So you've got the blade standing slightly more proud of the handle than simply flush. And there's two blade designs in this one. This is kind of a sheep's foot. Got nice jimping. I mean, the other thing, I mean, you see on the Bastinelli knives, which are for the most part made in Italy by Fox or Lionsteel, you just see the same sort of crowning. I love it. It just finishes a knife off. It doesn't look just stamped out. So if we put the Lille 2 aside and for comparison, just show you how it stacks up size-wise against the Benchmade Griptilian. Griptilian's actually ever so slightly longer, marginally. With a blade, I'd say spot on, exactly the same. So there you have it. Once again, just comes in a plain brown cardboard box, nothing fancy. The TM1 MS. And I think these are still available, at least in this one version out at White Mountain. You can get 10% off if you use my discount code, Old Sword. And we're going to chance a paper cut, not on your finger, before we leave. Oh, well, there's a few good ones. I have a feeling this might need a little stropping. And is that edge thick? Well, we're not going to measure it up, but you can see, and maybe it is, boy, could have a hollow in there. I might have been wrong on that. But it's thick enough to where it is hard to tell. I could probably see that on the specs. We're going to call that, I'm going to revise my statement and call that hollow, okay? But it's not a deep hollow. It's kind of a shallow hollow. And I do believe that that edge can be honed up nicely. Meant to be kind of a tough outdoors woodsman sort of knife. So you're not going to be doing, too much real fine work with it, but you've got a nice point that's been clipped so that you don't need to roll it up too far in order to get at that point. Maybe slightly more than 45 degrees to get to that point. Anyway, let me know what you think about this cool, interesting knife, the TM1 MS by Lionsteel. Don't forget to give this vid a like and subscribe. I'll be back with you soon.